Morning guys, welcome. This is my first vlog style video, so if it comes off a little awkward, just know that I'm trying and I should get an E for effort. Morning time here in New York, drinking some coffee in my massive oversized cup from Crate and Barrel, a little bit snobby. But this video is about weight loss. This is one of the most over-discussed topics, overcomplicated topics in all of fitness and in general. So like my goal here is to kind of simplify it. This is not a scripted video, just kind of winging it and ranting, and we'll see what we get. But I do see that tremendous amounts of people have difficulty with this topic. By the way, if you hear a monster in the background, it's safe. She's not going to jump through the screen, but that's my 21-year-old parrot, Squall, loud and obnoxious, so just ignore. So anyway, weight loss, overcomplicated. Why do so many people struggle with this when the formula is actually so simple that I don't really understand the struggle? I do totally get that it's a lot more difficult to implement the stuff. But if you even do that correctly, and all that means is make it easy for yourself, even that stuff is super, super simple. So let's talk about it. How does one lose weight? The simplest way to put it is you eat less and move more, right? You just eat less. But what does that mean? It means that you are consuming less calories in the form of energy than you burn in a day. Let's just keep it real simple at first. Why is it that people can't seem to do that? They say, well, I'm trying, I've been eating 1,200 calories a day and I'm just not losing weight. And mind you, 1,200 calories, almost anybody in the world can lose weight if they're eating 1,200 calories. But the problem is they're not. They're actually not eating 1,200 calories. I don't know how much they think they're eating, but they're not eating 1,200 calories. And this comes down to an issue with tracking. Like, are you tracking your calories? Are you really tracking your calories? Or are you just eyeballing shit? Because everybody's eyes are way bigger than their stomach. So they think they're tracking it, but they're really not tracking anything. So they end up eating too much and they're not losing weight. Some people even gain weight. So what does that mean? Like, just break it down into 3 simple categories. If you're 200 pounds and you're just not losing, but you're not gaining either, you're eating in maintenance. If you're 200 pounds and you gain 2 pounds, it means that you've probably been eating in a surplus of some sort. And if you're 200 pounds and you end up being 198, it's proof that you're in a deficit, that you're eating less than you burn. This is how this works. There's no other way. Get as scientific as you want, it doesn't matter. If you want to lose weight, you have to eat less calories in the form of energy than you expend on a daily basis. That's it. Let's talk about how you do this. There's really only 3 ways. One way is you restrict calories, right? That's what most people do. And there's a mistake in that. We'll get to that. Most people restrict calories, over-restrict them. That's the first way to do it. The second way is you can increase your activity level. So you can kind of keep your calories the same, but you can just really ramp up the amount of activity that you do so you still end up in a net deficit. Or you can do both. You can restrict your calories and you can increase your activity. The people that really want to do it the most efficiently, they kind of go about it with what I like to call a 3-dimensional approach. They reduce their calories a little bit. They increase their activity level like walking and their cardio. And then they increase the intensity of their workouts. So it's like a trifecta. They do it 3 different ways, no extremes, a little bit here, here, and here. And it's the most sustainable way to lose weight consistently. This is what I found. With me, I've done it a bunch of times personally, and I've done it with my clients. So now that that's out of the way, I'm going to pivot to something I think is really funny. And it has nothing to do with this video, and it has everything to do with it at the same time. Who out there knows who Dave Ramsey is? Comment below. Dave Ramsey is a finance guru. You're probably thinking, well, bro, what the fuck does Dave Ramsey and finance have to do with weight loss and fitness? Well, it depends on the context in which you kind of piece it together in. It could have everything to do with it. Here's what I mean by this. Dave Ramsey is famous for helping people get out of debt, helping people build and increase their financial literacy, and helping people to save money, right? And actually have money that's theirs at some point in their life. So his philosophy is you got to get out of debt, right? He wants you to get out of debt. Once you're out of debt, then he pushes for you to build some sort of an emergency fund. Then after that, he pushes for you to reduce how much you're spending. You got to live on less than you earn. All common sense, right? So I'm going to try to be Dave Ramsey for a minute. You know what happens when you get out of debt? You know what happens when you live on less than you earn? Something happens. You have money. Wow, right? Wow. He makes like $12 million a month teaching that advice. But what you can't take away from him is he's right. If you live on less than you earn and you don't have any debt, so you're not like making payments to all this unnecessary shit, you got money. Wow. That's Dave Ramsey in a nutshell. Now let's pivot back to fitness and weight loss and everything having to do with that. If you're eating too much food, you have a bunch of unnecessary weight on you. You could look at that as debt. It's weighing you down, right? You're not walking a lot, so you're not really expending much energy. You're not training, so you're in no way hitting that trifecta that we just spoke about recently. So you're not losing any weight. You might be gaining weight. But all of a sudden, if you start reducing your calorie intake and you're eating a little bit less and you start increasing your energy output and you start doing cardio a little bit more, walking, right? You're going to the gym and you're actually trying when you're working out, so you're burning calories there. Now, all of a sudden, you're in a calorie deficit and all of a sudden, you lose weight. Wow. Holy shit. Super complicated, right? Wow. It's not that complicated. And I'm not making fun of anybody that struggles with this because I'm telling you right now, I currently work with and have worked with so many clients that are in pain. They're in actual physical, emotional, and mental pain, anguish, because of their situation in regards to their weight. They have no energy. They have no confidence. They have no willpower to change it because they think it's impossible. They're confused. They're struggling with overwhelm. They're overanalyzing. What's my best split? What's the best diet? What can I eat? What shouldn't I eat? What should I be eating? And what amount should I eat it at? Stop. You're shooting yourself in the foot. This stuff is not that complicated. Eat less, move more. That's the formula, guys. It's not that complicated. And you can do it. I could do it. I've done it many times. People do it every day, right? There are people that are spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on all these special techniques when really all it is eat less and move more. And you can do it. And my goal for this video, not to poke fun at anyone, because again, this is what I do for a living. I've been doing this forever. I've been in fitness forever, guys. You know, this is not something that I'm making up. You know, I'm not one of the guys that comes out and tries to act like he's fit and not. I've been doing this for so long. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Okay? And I know what I'm doing in the message I'm trying to relay to you guys and saying it's not that complicated. The complicated part is in the implementation. That's where it actually takes some discipline, some work ethic, some consistency, all three put together for longer periods of time. Doesn't have to be a long period of time, but longer than a day, right? Longer than a week. But I will say that if you do everything correctly for just 1 week, you will see results. I guarantee you, if you're actually in a calorie deficit for 1 week, actually in a calorie deficit for 1 week, you will lose weight. And what happens is by the end of that first week, after you've lost weight, you're going to feel really good about yourself because you're going to see that what you're doing actually produces results. So now all of a sudden you have a mindset shift. Now you're in a place where, wow, I didn't know how to do it, but now I just did what I've been taught and I've actually taken action and implemented it and I've seen a result because of that. Wow, that's exciting. Now I want to do it again and more, and you build. And what I like to call this is the key to this entire process, and it's called momentum. You need to build momentum. When a car is at a dead stop, the reason the torque is there is to give it momentum, to transfer the power and to get it going. When NASA launches something, or Elon, and he launches something, you have the ship and then you have the rockets around it because It needs to propel the rocket ship up into the atmosphere because it takes so much force to get it going. But once it gets going, the momentum just seamlessly carries it away. You got to get yourself going. What I wanted to provide you with is some basic fact and some willingness to get you to implement this stuff because it's so simple. And if you give yourself 1 week, you're going to realize that it works. You're going to look a little bit better because you're going to lose a little weight. You're going to feel a whole lot better because you're knowing that what you're doing is working. And it's going to provide you with tremendous motivation and momentum to keep that going until the end. Anybody could do this. This is a rant, and I know I might sound like Mr. Rogers, like super optimistic, but I want you to know that you don't even have to be good at this stuff. You know, sometimes you'll see like a jacked guy or a ripped woman or whatever, and you're like, yeah, they're really good at this. It's not about that. Fitness is not about being good. You can suck at this shit. You can suck at it. It's not a skill. Like there's some skill in like performing exercises correctly, form, tempo, technique. That's a skill that you develop that you could develop pretty quickly. The act of actually losing weight, getting leaner, it's not a skill. It's just a black and white, this is what you have to do, and if you do this, you will see results. That's it. So what I'm trying to do is eliminate and remove all these excuses you might think of having because you don't need them. It's all about action. Now that we're at the end of the video, I'm gonna leave you with a couple of things that you can take from this video and start implementing. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to go onto Google and type in TDEE calculator. That's your total daily energy expenditure. You're gonna input some information, age, height, weight, activity level. Be really honest with it, okay? Because if you don't, you're only shooting yourself in the foot. You're gonna get a number. It's gonna give you your maintenance calories. Sometimes it'll even give you other metrics, but we don't need that. Your maintenance calorie. Let's say that maintenance number for you is 2,500. What I want you to do is I want you to subtract 500 calories from that 2,500. So now you're left with 2,000 calories, okay? That's going to be how many calories you're going to consume on a daily basis from here going out. How are you going to structure those calories? Very simple. If you are, let's say, 200 pounds and your goal body weight is 185 pounds, then you are going to consume 1 gram of protein per goal body weight. So you're going to consume 185 grams of protein every day. It can be in any form. Do it however you want. Go on a couple of walks every day. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. Check back with me in 1 week and comment below as to how much weight you lost, because I guarantee you, if you do this correctly, you're going to lose weight. You're going to download MyFitnessPal so you can accurately track your calories. Go for 10,000 steps a day. You don't even have to start training yet. If you've never trained, don't worry about that. Just do those first 2 things. TDEE. You're going to subtract 500 calories from whatever number you get. You're going to go for 10,000 steps a day. You're going to eat 1 pound of protein per goal body weight. And then you're going to track your calories on MyFitnessPal. You're going to come back to me in a week, 7 days, and you're going to comment below how much weight you've lost. And I guarantee you that you will have lost weight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like stuff like this, and if you like me just winging it like this, then I'll do more of it. My name is Rob. My brand is In Life and Fitness. And my goal with the brand, since I created it, since its inception, was to prove that you could still live life and just include fitness in it and be in incredible shape, because that's what I do. And I haven't done too bad for myself. Follow for more. Peace.